today we will understand the inclusive thinking as a solution to human problems. So this is a blank screen you are seeing. So assume that this paper doesn't have any boundary. It spreads from either side of infinity. Okay. So this they call by the word Purusha. Purusha, if you see, you can imagine as a blank screen with nothing in it. Now in this Purusha, the first problem comes by taking a closer look at things. Suppose if there is a dot, it means you are looking at from a very far distance. But if you zoom in, if you go so close, the same dot will appear as a circle. So here you can see a shaded area. With respect to this boundary, you can call this as the solid nut or the washer. Nothing is inside, nothing is outside. With respect to this, everything is the material is inside. With respect to this, the material is outside. Here, it's like the in-between state, but it's both. So, this same paper with the presence of a solid torus or a donut or a washer, this state we call by the word Mahat. This is actually a state of pure consciousness. Here you are conscious, but at the same time you know where you are. You know whether nothing is inside or everything is outside, and everything is inside, everything. So here it's like a state of omnipresence. Now even here you can zoom in to say focus only on one area. Suppose this we call by Venus or the woman. Still, can you have nothing inside without having everything outside? It's not possible to have an isolated thing without being connected with a boundary or a surrounding. If this is the null set, obviously there should also be a corresponding inverse set, because we are living in a state of para or the. Here if it is null, the other set should be inverse set. Null set you represent by everything outside, inverse set you represent by everything inside. So this state of I am what I am, but being aware that I am connected to this, all the other flip side aspects of mind to take me back and connect this Mahat and Purusha, this state is called Ahankara. Ahankara is I am what I am. You can see the two I am here. I am, you can call it as the washer. What I am, you can call it as the blank screen. This washer is the Mahat. The blank screen is the Purusha. So, when the individual awareness is able to expand itself and stop thinking that it's merely the subject, and start thinking that it is subject plus the so-called the senses, 5 senses, whatever it is, plus the surrounding or the objective. All these things put together, this expanded state is the collective view, and this is one of the best possible solutions to all kinds of astrological problems. See, because we are stuck between an initial condition or at the time of entry into this breathing conscious living and the current moment, and we can see a war where the current conditions are trying to fight with the initial conditions. Also, we come with a direction. The vibration or the oscillation between not having to having and having to not having is what we call by the famous horoscope concept or the zodiac, where you draw a chart and say how were all the perspectives with respect to the vibration at the moment of entry. The same kind of a chart you can do for the current moment and compare and study a transit effect. The other effect is the movement of the mind or the dasa. So I have already explained the concept of a cube or a solidity and moving from the key 4 paths. If you in 3 parallel directions, and you can keep 1, 2, 3, 4 paths around this cube to complete one dasa. So totally around 108 steps around the zodiac. But the interesting observation you have to see is it's connected to the actual journey. If this particular journey you can see is a masculine journey, you can see start from Jupiter. This is the symbol for male. Then this is the symbol for blood relation. So this is the elder and this is the younger, or this is the concept of the husband or the relationship, marital relationship. Then you become a friend. Similarly, at the same stage, a woman starts with, this is the symbol for female, then she becomes a friend, and simultaneously you become a mother and then a father, and then the life continues. Even the movement from the resurrection, what is called the from death to life, is where the destroyed things like a phoenix turns into a seed back. It's another part. So movement happens in a defined direction, and as individuals the problem comes with taking and assuming false ownership of the flow of events. Just like a goldsmith might be given an ornament to be made, but out of curiosity he or his wife might wear those ornaments for a few days to enjoy. That doesn't become that the ornament that is given for repair becomes his own. So eventually you have to give back. So whether it is the oscillation of the Rasi or the paths around the Navamsa, you can see that things have to move on and they will keep moving on, and we have to learn how to be alone with ourselves by stop having false possessions. Even the initial condition, the so-called initial condition, is centered around the lagna or the horizon, where you divide it into what you can see and what you can't see. So we have to learn how to connect what we can see with what we can't see, and eventually let go limited subjective identities and go towards the subject perception and object all inclusive identity as a solution to be happy with oneself. This is like saying how to be alone with yourself without getting rid of others. So generally we try to say, I will change this surrounding, this things around me to be more happy, or I will try to win over others to be happy. But that doesn't work, because whatever you see around is not actually yours. It is a part of the collective whole, and they have a definite relationship with the para or the opposite. So for any idea that you are clinging to, it will have its corresponding opposite idea. So we will try to explain the same thing with the mathematical magic square 3 by 3. So this is a 3 by 3 mathematical magic square. So we have, suppose we have 10 fingers, you take away 1, you have remaining 9. Or if you see unity in one way, the opposite will be 9 in the other way. It's the same as you can have one zodiac, each Rasi you can divide into 9 steps or 9 padas. That's the idea of this one. At the center you can see number 5 or the 5 senses. Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha are the hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, seeing and all these things. And the -5, the fire, earth, air, water, akasha are the Panchabhutas. So the 5 and -5 are, you can think it as the perception or the cognition. Technically cognition is for the mind, but still it's a lower form of perception. So I mean, cognition is a higher form of perception and perception is a lower form of cognition. So if you have 5 here, 1, the opposite would be 9, because anything totally 10 or the 0, the tens complement of this is 9. You have 4 here, the tens complement is 6. 1 more 7, 1 less 3, because 3 and 7 are together making 10. Similarly 2 here and then 8 here. So what we are trying to say is, if this is the subject, this is the senses, this is the object. Say if this is the subject, this is the senses, and then this will be the object. If one is in light, object or the light plus 1, other one subject will be in the darkness or minus 1. So generally our thinking goes by whatever we see as object as the real or existing. We forget to take the subjective idea into account. But mathematically we can see that they are all connected. Suppose if you are adding 8 plus 6, it will be amounting to 14 or the 10, which is the complete, plus 4. These are objective additions. Both are in light, both is positive. 8 is positive, 6 is positive. The other way of doing is 8, instead of the 6, you take the subjective side of it, which is minus 4, which is also adding to 4. Now you flip the thing, 6 plus 8, which is also 4. Instead of 8, take the subjective side, 6 minus 2, which is also 4. So from here we understand that for 5 its own self. So if you Mr. A is a person, he is sensing another B. If the 5 senses of this person is actually sensing the 5 senses of the other person. Similarly, if you have one person, what is inside, if it is 2, what is outside is 8. The subject and the object are all connected. This is in darkness and this is in light, because light only shows what is visible. So the idea we are understanding is, we should not take the objective reality to be the only reality, nor should we take the subjective reality to be the only reality. We should try to connect the subjective and objective side with the sensory side and take a holistic reality as a true reality. And in this holistic side, this whole can be treated as a larger subject. For this larger subject, if you ask where is the object, there is no object actually. For this larger subject, the object is itself, or that is what we call knowing oneself. How to know oneself by oneself is letting go the lesser self of the smaller subject by including the object and the senses also, so that you become the collective bigger self. Here we understand that there is nothing gained or nothing lost, or whether you treat it as the with the washer or even wipe out everything to create the total Purusha, the Prakriti or the objective side can never exist alone. So this all inclusiveness will help you to be how to be alone with yourself without getting rid of others. When I say other, the objective, the perception and the subjective state. So it's a inclusive thinking. So practicing this inclusive thinking, you can use this aid or this magic square. Whatever way you add, you will get only 15. 8 plus 2, 10 plus 5, 15. 4 plus 6, 10 plus 5, 15. You can have these two squares, the Navagrahas and the fire, earth, air, water beside each other to solve this puzzle easily. So practicing this can help in lessening the influence of the astrological and horoscope problems. Thank you.